It's been an icon in the Holland community for 53 years.
And she has become an icon inside it for the past 16. Windmill Island has a legend in the making.
Few in the world can harness the wind and grind grain better. 13 on your side, Brent Ashcroft spent a day with the miller inside Deswan in Our Michigan Life. Brent?
Elisa Crawford has a bachelor's degree in history and a master's degree in history museum studies. She likes weaving, lace making, blacksmithing, playing the harp, and only cooks on a wood-burning stove. Oh, and she thinks the aroma of grain being ground into flour is intoxicating. Her words, not mine. Elisa should be living in 1918 instead of 2018. Instead, she exists in the here and now. She may run a mill, but she's certainly no run-of-the-mill woman.
These blades were put on this mill in 1902.
Ever been criticized for living in the past?
This is a really unique profession.
Refusing to move on?
There's really quite a bit to it.
Stubborn?
It takes strength.
Not letting go?
It takes being able to really understand the mechanics of how a mill works.
Criticize Elisa Crawford for it? Don't do it.
I do it the old way.
Don't even think about doing it.
This would have been kind of ground level.
Few are better at it than she is. Elisa has mastered how to make a future.
It's become a very deep part of the fabric of our community here.
Out of living in the past.
Preserving the past has been a decision that I made at the age of 13.
She's the caretaker of this.
I climb a windmill.
Its name, Deswan.
Like many others, this windmill is also an immigrant.
The Netherlands didn't want to give it up.
And when it left, it was a little bit like, as one of the people of Winkels explained to me, they said it was kind of like ripping the heart out of our community.
The windmill arrived in Holland, Michigan, October 5th, 1964.
And they opened to great fanfare for tulip time in May of 1965.
Since then, this centuries-old machine has served two purposes.
We do have visitors from all over the world.
A tourist attraction and as a working grain mill. Elisa is the captain and the crew.
I'm kind of always on call.
At Deswan, it's always
I really live what I do.
Miller time.
I wake up listening to the wind outside my bedroom window, and I know just from hearing it, oh, it's a milling day, great. It'll take 2 hours just to get everything set up and ready, and that might require turning the entire cap of the mill to turn the blades to face the wind. Climbing up those blades to set the sail, and I have to make all of those decisions to figure out the right amount of power that we need to harness. Set this stone gear and engage it with this larger gear to turn these very large millstones that weigh about 1.5 tons, and then pour all the grain into the hopper and then control the process in the floor below, always checking the quality to make sure it's just right.
We're making great flour. Look at this stuff.
And then making the adjustments as needed. Constantly watching the wind and calculating how fast are we going with the millstones.
To be able to do all that,
There were 35 of us when I was admitted,
you need one of these.
and that was really an exciting moment.
Elisa holds rank as the only Dutch certified miller in the Americas.
I became the first woman to be admitted to their guild. I was the only one outside the Netherlands and still am.
The name of the guild?
It's the Ambachtelijke Korenmolenaar Gilda.
Wait, what?
The Ambachtelijke Korenmolenaar Gilda. I have to get the G on there. Yeah.
She can talk the talk
Although I'm not Dutch by DNA, I'm a Hollander in my heart.
and walk the walk.
And if I have a really good milling day, maybe I'll get a whole ton of grain ground.
Elisa Crawford lives in the past.
We need to know where we came from to better understand the present and to better prepare for the future.
It's where she belongs.
It's a beautiful structure that we're so lucky to have here right in our backyard.
Because living in it means somebody remains committed to preserving it.
It needs someone to look after it, and I'm very proud and pleased to be the one to do that.
There is one more level Elisa hopes to achieve as she ascends the Miller ladder, the title of Master Miller. She can start working toward that once she hits her 10th year in the Guild. That will happen in October 2019. If you want to learn more about Swan, Elisa Crawford has made that possible. She wrote a comprehensive book about it. You can find a link to buying it on our website, WZZM13.com. Just click on this story, guys.
And we've been learning about her for years,
Yeah.
you know, and she was here to the station about 10 years ago. But can you imagine to meet somebody and they say, so what do you do for a living?
Got time, I need to explain this to you. That's probably the first thing she says. Very cool, though.
Yeah, I love this story.